Hello and welcome. Thank you for stopping by in the video and I hope you enjoy. For today's video, I'm going to be doing related to a game called Phasmophobia. Most likely heard of it. I'm late to the whole hype wagon and popularity thing, but I've enjoyed it a lot playing with friends recently. Very spooky, very scary. I like everything apart from this one thing, and that's the desktop icon. So I thought I'd go about and redesign it, make it look a bit more better and stuff. Well, you must be wondering, well, what's so bad about this desktop icon? And my answer to you is just I don't like it and I want to redesign it. So I'm going to do that. The reason for me redesigning it is I just didn't like how pixely it was. So I wanted to make my own that was less pixely when shrunk down to that size compared to other logos. Obviously, they're still going to be very pixely because they're so small, but proportionally, I wanted it to be similar. And so that's what I did. In this video, I'm going to show you what my outcome was and how I got to that point. Sort of like that guy who redesigned his desktop icons in Blender, except I'm not doing it in Blender, I'm doing it in Photoshop. So as you saw in the beginning there with the sketch, I'm going for like a house on the hill kind of look with the P. I wanted to put the P still there because it's in line with the original, and I thought, oh, why not try my own spin on it and make it more like ghostly and stuff. And as for the house on the hill, it will break up the black background and kind of emphasize that you're exploring homes and stuff, as that's what most gameplay is on the game. Also gives kind of those Home Alone vibes with the single lit window, except it's red, so it means evil. Come to think of it, it kind of reminds me of the FNAF 4 title screen with all the animatronics and Little House on the Hill where you play the game in. Anyway, to make the house, just use the brush tool to make the general outline of the house. I'm going to use the eraser to quickly go over and straighten them out to avoid handshake and stuff. And after filling it in, I went on the background and chose like a dark blue, but quickly decided on a more purplish tone as that just worked better with the overall colour scheme. Well, more like just black right now, but trust me, it did work. Um, it was also a very nice gradient as well from the dark blue to purple. You will see me though go over it a few times as I try to make it look better, but ended up just messing up a bunch, which is fine. Sometimes you just keep doing the same thing over and over until it works. That's not madness, it's art. Also, forgot to mention, to get the bushes and grass, I used a pattern tool in Photoshop. I think it's just one of the defaults, but it ended up working quite well to just give it a little bit more depth. But enjoy as I just struggle so hard on making a decent looking purple sky. It took way too long, but I guess in the end it worked out. While I gracefully draw this sky over and over, just want to take the time and ask if you're enjoying the content, liking the videos so far, please like and subscribe, and if you really want to, comment. It helps a lot and it lets me know what you want from me. And if you want to give me suggestions or future video ideas, I'd love to hear them. And now I move on to the second part of the icon, which is drawing the P, which sounds weird saying out loud, but I assure you it's purely business. I just start by drawing the outline a couple times actually, just try and error of getting the shapes right, and in the end it came out pretty good. And to really drive home the idea of it being a ghost, I wanted that tail end it to look like it was kind of like an apparition floating from the floor or something. Ended up looking a bit like fire at some points, but I feel that it got the point across, and I feel I kind of did what I set out to do there. And I'm just filling it in now, using a size pen tool with like pressure, so I can just, you know, lightly pressure on the corner and stuff without having to change pen size. It's very convenient. I also went back in on a few areas and detailed it a bit more just to give it a bit more life and depth. And at this point of the icon, I was pretty happy with it, but I felt it was missing some detail. So I went and made a soft brush and just went around it with a light blue color to make it look like it was, I don't know, kind of like ectoplasm or translucent. I ended up not really going for it though because I didn't feel it fit in with the rest of it, and I just didn't like the look of it at the end. And after looking at some references and inspiration online, I decided to go for a like subtraction look to it. With some fonts, they have like holes and stuff, like my DayZ logo. And so I went over it and just gave it some wrinkles, I guess, or like holes and stuff to make it look like it was either like a piece of fabric or it was a ghost like manifesting itself with holes and stuff like you'd expect. After trying it out with a small part of the icon, I decided it was a pretty cool looking effect and it was a good way to go forward. So I went over the whole icon or the whole P section, and I was very happy with how the final outcome turned out. We're coming up to the end of the video now and end of the time lapse, so I'll let you watch the rest of it and let me know what you think in the comments afterwards, and I'll see you next time. Nice.